Hello and welcome to another Detective Conan, Metante Conan, Case Closed reaction stream. And yeah, today we're gonna watch 7 episodes, episodes 622 to 628. So we have the Emergency Situation 252, the Video Letter of First Love, the Screaming Operation Room, Conan and Kid Battle for Ryoma's Treasure. That's what we're watching today. And I did see the context that you left, Mirchans, and as always, thank you for all the context. So I guess I read it here. Some of you guys may be interested. When this episode aired, Gosho published an accompanied story in Magic Kaito that provided further backstory. The story is adapted in Magic Kaito 14, 12, episode 9 and 10, but only takes up about half of episode 10. The second half of episode 10 to episode 11 contain a retelling of this episode, but from Kaito's perspective. All in all, watching that isn't necessary to understand the events of the Conan case, but instead provide insight in Kaito's motivation and action, as they are outside of his normal MO in this one. It also provides some backstory on Kaito's parents, which you may find useful to know later. So, I haven't watched it, but maybe after this case, on my own, I will be watching at least 10 and 11 to get the context. I guess we'll see, with this case, if I feel confused or not, I guess. But yeah, I do appreciate the context, and if I need it, now I know what to watch to get the context, so there is that. As always, thank you, Merchants, for this much detail in the guide. It's very useful. And yeah, the other thing I was going to say is that next time we're doing movie 14, The Lost Ship in the Sky. Looking forward to it. But yeah, as always, if you're watching the VOD, there'll be timestamps. As always, link to my Discord is in the description. You can follow me and share stuff. I've got stream element where you can donate to support me. I've got a Patreon as well where you can support me monthly and you have different type of reward. Check it out and read the details, right? But yeah, we're here for more Conan and should be fun, hopefully. I guess looking at the titles, we're not touching on any black organization stuff today, but soon, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully the cases today are good and interesting. That's all I can say. That's it. I'm not great at long intros. I mean, I could recap what we watched last time, but there was the Holmes case, which was definitely a bit long, but interesting. It was actually cool to be overseas in London. I guess we had been in London before in a movie, but it was like in virtual reality, so not quite the same. But yeah, the Holmes case was interesting, and before that, the Inubushi case was my favorite, the Demon Dog case. That was definitely one of the best recent cases, I feel like. The Inubushi Castle case. Really great one, yeah. Yep. But yeah, I don't really have too much more to say, so no need to meander around. Let's get into it as always. It's a time reaction, which means you bring your copy of the episode to watch alongside me. My copy of the episode 622, for example, is 24 minutes 12 seconds. It starts right away with Conan's intro / recap, I guess. Yeah, I'll do a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. On go, you press play, I press play. And yeah, I think that's really the gist of it. I mean, let us get into it. 622, BGM, audio off. Episode 622 of Metante Conan in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. No spoilers, thank you. Sonanawa Metante Conan. So used to that intro. I do kind of like that so far. I mean, I wonder if in the recent episode it's still there, but they haven't changed it since the beginning. There's always this intro with Conan just saying, Sonanawa Metante Conan. It's kind of great. Like one thing I always missed in One Piece, at some point they stopped the intro with Gold Roger, right? And I understand because, it took well over 30 seconds, so it's kind of long, right? But I always really enjoyed it, and I feel like it's a shame they took it out. I mean, One Piece problem, unless the anime at least. Like later on, they took out an intro, but you would have 2 minute openings, which are longer than a normal opening. Then you would have 5 minutes of recap, filler scene, flashback scene of the last episode. So an episode of One Piece at some point became freaking 10 minutes of new content max. Yeah, that's why they're making a remake, right? I haven't read the manga for Conan, but I assume when they actually adapt the chapters, they flow pretty well and they don't add too much filler stuff. At least The pace feels good watching it. Bam, bam. So cool. La 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 la. La 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 la. Emergency 252. Zen pen. Good case again, just felt like it was kind of long. Destroyed. I didn't know he's from Japan. He spoke English. I mean, kind of, but not really. It's fine. It's such a bullshit thing to say, I mean. This is the most straightforward romance. She's not difficult to solve. You just can't deal with her because of the black organization situation. Like, this is such a basic romance, come on. I feel like it's such a beating a dead horse kind of thing at this point, I mean. There's been so many cases where like Conan became famous and they literally interviewed him on TV and he stopped caring about hiding. Wasn't there a case like that before with a cat? It is kind of scary though. I mean, at least it's in the middle of the city. When I lived in the countryside, going into like abandoned houses like this was terrifying. In the middle of just forest or something. like announced, like in a project Blair Witch. I mean, detective, what can he do? It's in his blood. Huh? I mean, a homeless person is always what you can expect in abandoned building like this. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I learned recently that in many countries, 911 will work, like the US one that most people know. It just redirects you to the actual one. Like the cops in France is 16, but if you do 911, they redirect you to 16. You know? I don't feel like this is a case with a murder, so it should be fine. Hmm. Interesting. Are they fake workers and giving a code to someone? As always, ZBD is not playing safe. Huh? They're definitely not blowing up a building this close to other building. That's not how it works. Yeah. But I think even abroad, like, you're not building up a building that's like this close to other building. There needs to be more space. Yeah. Even in France, I don't know if like we blow a building. Never seen it myself. Never heard of it. You always just think of a big construction equipment destroying it. These guys are looking for a person and they're hiding, yeah. I was like so shocked, like we haven't dealt with kidnapping so many times before. I mean, if I was one of those kids, I would be so jaded. Like, I'm 9 years old and I've seen 10,000 dead bodies, every crime imaginable. I'd be jaded. Cute. Mine is a death metal band album cover that I've had for like 5 years as my wallpaper. Black Dahlia Murder. Oh, it's bluff. Negative Dio. Okay, this guy's not very good, huh? This guy is a bit stupid. Rare mistake from Conan. I mean, to be honest, he already made a mistake, coming into this place and kind of, you know, angering those guys before calling the cops, right? He should have just gone outside before starting to talk about all this. Whoa. Why is he so unlucky today? What the fuck? He took himself out. That's the first time I see Conan mess up that much. Wait, or is it on purpose? I mean, I guess mistake happens. You are up too. What are you planning? Acting like a kid. It's a trap. Nice. Don't stop running. Why you stop running? I don't know. I still feel like, you know, this is the kind of show where like Conan is always perfect, more or less. Well, you know, not perfect, but it doesn't fuck up this bad. So I have to think it was on purpose, but at the same time, it's like, would he really like hit himself full force like this to act knocked out? I don't know. But at the same time, it's like such a goofy mistake that it doesn't feel like how he's usually portrayed as like this perfect, not only detective, but like physical specimen. When he does any kind of physical stuff, he nails it, like parkour, football, whatever it is, he kind of nails it. So yeah, I feel like it's on purpose. So I'm sure Conan will save the day as always. Okay, well, interesting concept. Never been into an abandoned building like this. I've been into abandoned houses before, as I'm sure I've talked about, and they're always very, very creepy. Any noise in any corner feels kind of scary when you're a kid and going to those abandoned houses. But I guess a building in the middle of a big city like this wouldn't feel that scary. Okay, well, that was a nice episode. Let's see the next one. 623. Here we go. Name 623 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. It's never okay to do, but the human instinct for urban exploration takes over, right? As I said before, my best story of like finding something interesting in urban exploration was there was like this absolutely gigantic warehouse, I guess, totally buried in the middle of the woods, close to the village where I lived in, which again, to tell you, it was really like a small village with like 100 people max, I think. There was like no stores or anything, just houses. And like you had to go basically like kind of far away from the village, past a bridge that led to what were totally back roads, like gravel roads. There was like no proper roads anymore. It was like field and stuff like that, and all surrounded by massive forest. And at some point where you turn at the bridge, there was this absolutely gigantic warehouse. But again, you had to be kind of close to see it because it was so surrounded by trees. And the warehouse was like, I don't know, like as tall as like 2 or 3 floors of a building. But again, the trees around it were like even taller, right? So it was fully hidden. But when you happened upon it, it was fully sealed. It looked very decorated, but it was like sealed. There was like, all around it was wrapped in, you couldn't see inside, and all the obvious entrance were kind of sealed or like locked. So, for a long time we knew about it, but never went. But, at some point when I was a bit older, like, we decided to really try to get into it to see what's in it. And we did find a way to get in, and I can't remember now how we got in. But I remember that inside, it was dark, but, we had our phone, and basically it was filled with, like, very old tractors and cars. I mean, stuff from, like, 50, 60, 70, maybe 80 years ago, right? And they were all, like, lined up next to each other on 2 rows. And there was maybe, like, freaking, like, 50 cars and old, like, tractors. Obviously it was, dusty and all that, but it was pretty cool. That's probably like the coolest thing I ever found. And obviously all I did was just look at them and be like, cool, and that's about it. But, it felt like an actual treasure hunt kind of thing, It was cool. It was cool. Otherwise, most of the abandoned houses, there was never really anything interesting to find. I mean, it's just like mostly empty and already like all the furniture is moved out or something. But the warehouse was cool. La, la, la. Bam, 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 bam. Emergency 252. Cohen. Both, I would say. I mean, they still have no, they don't know that you didn't call or you did call. So it's still dangerous. I mean, you can't be sure. They might have literally said, like, come in without making noise. So the kidnapper don't know. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. That's terrifying though. Now what? You're really gonna kill kids for nothing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with Baker City? Seriously. Everybody is an top psychopath. Morse code? Yeah, it was his plan to be captured. Fair enough. I mean, now he's talking like this wasn't part of his plan, so I don't know anymore. What about any of that? No, so that actually happened, okay. I guess there's no justification, just Sandy Conan fucked up, okay. I was sure there was a twist. That's a new one. I like it though. Makes him seem less invincible. He has a book with it. Playing with fire. These kids are geniuses compared to me. That's smart. Again, I would not keep up with any of this if I was in this situation where I'm thinking I'm about to burn alive. I don't think I can even remember the number of tap that I Does he really not hear the tapping? Like, I feel like he's at the same distance as the kids in the locker. It's so goofy with the music. But now he hears that. He couldn't hear all the fucking tapping, but he hears that. It's like in every first-person horror game. You are hiding in a locker, but the guy looking for you opens the locker, but he stops at the one you're in. Because something else distracts him. Exactly. That's a lot, huh? They're both stupid and kind of smart. Perfect. Nice, an ally. Oh wait, black organization? That was a radar to the black organization. Our superpower for some reason. No way. Is it Bourbon? Bourbon probably. Yep, but what the fuck are you doing here? How the fuck did you strike us here? Isn't it such a bad thing that the guy is like even allowed to go into the old man's place? Oh, it's Sagase. Bro. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that he actually fits inside a little girl. I'm sorry, but not realistic. He is built like a freaking like potato. Why are we not more afraid? Bourbon is way too close to us, he knows way too much. Shut up. The game. The fucking game. I mean, at this point, he should have enough to know what's going on, yet he hasn't acted. So, I'm thinking he's not so different from Vermars. He might have different goals than the organization, because you can't tell me that with all the int and the close level of supervision, he doesn't know at this point. I mean, Conan, he might not know, but come on. But maybe he's like waiting for like to be sure, but that doesn't seem like the black organization, right? When they're suspicious of someone, they just kill them. So again, I feel like it's maybe someone with a more ulterior motive. It's not as simple as just, kill them when you discover them kind of thing. Okay, that was a nice case. I'm still surprised that Conan messed up that bad, knocking himself out. I mean, it's just not the Conan we're used to. So yeah, I enjoyed this case. Uh, Okay. To be honest, nope. Considering like Megumi Aishibara is voicing Ai, it's kind of crazy that she can sound so young. Considering like a real mature singing voice, you know, in comparison. That's why she's a legend, though. Okay, well, that was nice. I mean, again, a nice little case. Um, Again, I think, like, if this is a start of like a switch in how Conan is written, I like it. Because obviously, you know, there's been time before where he's made some mistake or got into a bad situation, but not to this level. Like, it was really like a goofy mistake of just, you know, shooting himself in the head, right? But if there's more of that, it makes it more interesting, right? We still know that, of course, it's gonna solve everything, it's gonna work out. But here, it ended up being like more of a team effort, right? It generally was as much on Conan as the others to make this work out. You know, they made some decision themselves without Conan telling them, and it made everything work out. And I think I enjoyed that more. You know, like we know Conan is perfect, but you know, it's nice to see the others doing good stuff. Okay, good case, good case. Next we have 24. Let us watch it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, sensei. You can't protect the kids, I mean, this town is literally hell on earth. Oh, Shinigami sensei. Even though I had such a terrible time in school, you know, especially high school where I was bullied, sometimes I go to Google Map and I look at the school I went to on Google Map, right? See if there's any new picture on how it looks now. And I think it looks pretty different. So. Like when I was in high school, it was for years in the middle of renovation. It was constantly like one side of the school was not accessible. So they had put some kind of bungalow in the middle of the courtyard. And so sometimes you had to take class inside of them. And during summer it was utter hell because they were like this plastic bungalow, I guess. And so in the sun, you were literally cooking inside. I mean, frankly, I would have rather been in the sun than inside this thing. It's kind of like getting inside like a car in summer, right? When you left it in the sun. It was such a terrible feeling. Yeah. I don't think I ever go back though to see my old school in person. I don't think I ever go back to where I used to live. Like when I first moved a couple of years ago, I was thinking, you know, maybe I would one day, but now that it's been a couple of years already, I'm like, is there really anything that makes me want to go back there? I mean, it would just be nostalgia, but would the amount of money and time required to go back there be worth it? I probably not, so it's very likely I'll never go back to where I spent most of my youth. But you know, it's so much bad memories with some good memories that I guess it's fine, you know. I'm not that sad about it. I can just look at Google Map, right? And eventually I can use AI in 10 years to recreate the place in some VR world or something and live vicariously through my VR headset or something. It's fine. Video letter of first love. That would actually be kind of fun to archive all of this digitally. I mean, you're not the one that needs it, yeah. You've seen so much crime. That is an insane amount, yeah. I was gonna say I don't really know the difference between VHS and beta. I used to have VHS, but beta I haven't thought of it. It's probably more expensive though. That's always the thing. I mean, it's kind of like DVDs for a long time still won over Blu-ray. Damn. Peace to the day. I mean, I don't know. It could be someone else. I don't want to be that guy, but all the sculpts are kind of stuck in the past. Huh? How many of the sculpts are like in love with someone from when they were a kid and they just haven't moved on 30 years later? What's going on in this police station? There's so many. I mean, I'm sure still would like to have the actual tape. Huh? Mm. It does look kind of cool. I used to do it too, yeah. But not to look at anything. Don't ask the deep question. He should just at this point, like, to cover himself, he should just say that, like, he's living a second life, you know? He has the memory of someone else's life or something. Oh. Okay. quand même bail, hein. I mean, what a rude thing to say. I mean, you can't be sure. I mean, she's definitely a classic tsundere. That's it. She's sad that you hurt yourself. Then I'm more confused. So she misunderstood. I mean, that's fucking sad though. That is finding out now 13 years later. Right, I mean, she might have just moved on with her life. You're listening. I mean, why would you be shocked, dude? You made her wait for 13 years. Wait, she's a cop too? I was gonna say, stop giving free pass to cops. They get enough of them. Right. Maybe talk to him, no? Oh my god. Yamagasho hates happy relationship, huh? Like seriously, just make them be together and that's it. We don't need to drag this any longer, like we're dragging all the other relationship. Fuck off. Yeah. Yep. So made her cry for being a good guy. Okay, I mean, like, I don't know what to say. It's like, seems like a nice romance, and yet it's like, why do we need to drag this one too? Like, make the character meet, but basically tell us that, yeah, this will have to be continued later on. We're doing that with every fucking romance already. Like, can't those two just get together and we'll be done with it in one episode? Like, seriously. Okay. I mean, it was good. Beyond that, it was good. Yeah. I just get annoyed with, like, how every relationship is turning like that, But otherwise, not bad. I like the idea. I really like the idea of the message and all that. But seriously, how many people are like messing up their promised, childhood meeting, and then they remember like 15 years later? I mean, at least they're not as bad as I guess. You remember like way later. Okay, this was fine. I just get irrationally annoyed by the relationship dragging. And at the same time, I understand, Conan is meant to run forever. So. So she's close. She's even with this girl. Naiko Miki. She even kept the twin tails. I mean, that's cute. I want to see the twin tail cup. Yeah, again, we're definitely continuing this later on, which is fine. But again, I think it's understandable to be a bit annoyed at how we keep doing this. Like, every time we introduce a new relationship like this, it's like automatically putting the, gonna take a while to advance and be kind of dragged on, But anyway, still, I enjoyed the case. Yeah, I enjoyed the case. It's definitely one of the characters in the cops that we haven't really touched on too much, so you know, this is something. But yeah, he's just Mr. Good Guy, which frankly isn't that different from like Shira Tori. I mean, you know, he was Mr. Justice as well. They're kind of similar in that way, yeah. 625 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, on te lance spoiler. Dante Cannon. Yeah, this is the streaming operation room, okay. I absolutely love the idea of Kenta wanting to punch a snake. It's great. It's pretty damn great. I wanna try. Nice. Don't wanna lie. Try. La 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 la. Ta-da. Nice. Screaming operation room. Then pen. University. The what club? Made café. Oh. I mean, with surprise. I guess it's a university, was it? So, I guess they're in their 20s. Not quite for once. I guess it kind of was, yeah. It didn't quite confess. I mean, it's worded in a open-ended way still. But I guess you can take it as confession. Pretty often. Nani? Oh, I see. I mean, there's little kids you could ask. They've seen so many dead bodies, they haven't better at this. I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't know if it looks realistic, but it looks nice. Someone's definitely dying for real. I mean, if I was Tanoko, I would tell Ryan, this fucking guy like shows up once every blue moon to try to like still keep you in love with him. You should definitely drop his ass. That's what I would say. Real buddy. Sus. I mean, the danger is Van kicking you. Gone. Maybe it looks real because they're actually doing it. I mean... Uh... Whoever's doing the makeup is an absolute master at it. Yeah. That was real. That was real. What a tangent in the middle of this. Yeah, the blood is really the thing that's weird. How was it perfectly in time? No? Hmm. Okay. This is all very, 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 very advanced for a freaking like cultural festival thing in a university. I mean, this guy left quite early. That's what happens. Right. She's the rare character where she gives a shit. In every murder, everybody is like, my friend died. But how long are you going to talk to me? Can you leave me alone? I get to go buy groceries. Sure. Well. Okay, yeah, that's pretty sick. Nice. It is most of the time. I mean, obviously the glass guy is the most sus, as he was the first one to leave and had a lot of time away from us. Um, yeah, makes him the most sus. But, you know, we also didn't see the girl who was saying she can do her own makeup for a while. So, you know, she's also quite sus. Definitely. Definitely. Okay, well, interesting. I like the setup of like haunted house gone wrong kind of thing. I mean, in Baker City, anything, someone will find an excuse to kill someone. It can be an haunted house, it can be, you know, like a children's show, it can be anything. There's gonna be someone who's like, this is my time to kill the person I want to kill. Also, that's graphic, the whole blood geyser thing. Even though, you know, it's supposed to be fake, it's kind of graphic. Conan usually doesn't do gore, right? Like, even though there would be potential, right, with stuff, you know, like, I mean, I guess, I mean, it's not a children's show, right? But it's still clearly, you know, like, weirdly, despite it being like murder mystery with people dying every episode, it's still kind of a family show, right? But not really children, I would say. So I guess I understand why you wouldn't go too far on the gore, right? Yeah. I feel like the gore was maybe heavier early on, actually. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it was never gory per se, but, you know, relative to now, I guess. Okay. 627. Wait. No, 26. Sorry. 26. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. This dude. I mean, not like you haven't seen it 1,000 times already. Opening. I'm glad this opening seems to stay for a while. It's a really good one. So now, Tante Conan. I've never been to an haunted house. I wouldn't like it. I don't know. I'm not into the being scared for fun aspect of things, I guess. I don't really find the thrill of that, enjoyable, I guess. And I do get scared. Like, watching horror movies and stuff like that, I do get scared. But with horror movies, there's more to it. But just going to an haunted house to get scared, I don't know. Doesn't sound like my thing. I wanna try. La 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 la. Da, 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 da. Ok. Cohen. Detective Sunoco, let's go. Everybody's face. I mean, that doesn't say anything. You've got a bandage, but how do I know it's not an excuse? the amount of thought they put into all this. It's pretty amazing. And why does it look so massive under? I guess it's small. Like he was acting like a puppet master from under or something, in some way. Insane choice of voice actor for a side character like this. So we're really getting Detective Sonoko, huh? I mean, obviously, yeah. There's actually no one else. Again, the two that are the most sus is the two that we didn't see for the longest time. So the guy with that glass feels safe, but maybe I'm wrong. Yes. Like this, yeah. Like a puppeteer. So it was props? Yeah, interesting. Oh, okay. I see. Fair enough. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Ow. I see. All this preparation, and that's it. That's your big mistake. Right. Yep. Well, as always, the dead person is a bitch. That's always the same story, right? Feels bad. As always, like, what can I say? It's like, show. As always, it's like, yeah. I mean, she was a bitch. She deserves some kind of a retribution, but, you killing her and beating your life is, like the dumbest move, right? That's always what it is. I don't really know what to say beyond that. It's always the same conclusion. Otherwise, pretty good case. I enjoyed it. I think the whole thing with the tricks is pretty awesome. Something you watch behind the scene of like movies where people die, and that's how I do it very often. Like the way there's like an hole to stick out some legs or something, and then they have like a fake look of a bed or something else, etc. Right? There's a lot of like kind of fun way they're doing stuff like this. Practical, because obviously these days you can use CGI for a lot of stuff, but yeah, it's cool to watch. So this was kind of a fun, creative one. I like the setup for this one. Definitely. Definitely. But yeah, as always, it's like life ruined for what? Too busy with the ladies. Not even. Took easy reading his reputation. Wow. All I can say is wow. Okay then, that was nice. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. Yeah, that was a pretty cool case. Okay, so next 6:27, the last case for today, but I'll take a quick break before we continue. Coming back in 5 minutes. Okay, sorry for the wait. I am back. And sorry about the cat. I just mute. But first, let's get into the episode. So 6:27 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. He was an interesting character, this Sakamoto Ryoma. Did kids say that? Oh. Naruhodo. Takasugi. Oh, new song, Garnet Grove. Interesting. Obviously, we read that we need to stream the message merchants left. I guess this is part of the backstory of Kaito Kid. I'm gonna guess he's related to Sakamoto Ryoma in some way. Because we see usually he wants to steal a jewel or something. But this time it's a gun belt. Interesting. By the way, I do know quite a bit about all this, even though it's all from like media that's probably like changing the history quite a bit. Like Yakuza Ishin or Gintama, right? You know, Sakamoto Ryoma, the Joy Rival, the medieval restoration, the Shinsengumi, the medieval wars, right? All that stuff, a very, very interesting period of history. But again, all of my knowledge is from historical fiction for the most part. Where's Ketchi and intro? That's nice. Misty Mystery. Black Organization, are you gonna do something? The build up is so slow. It's like breadcrumbs, I mean. Bourbon shows up, he looks menacing, but does nothing. It's breadcrumbs by breadcrumbs. Give me more. Conan versus Kid battle for the treasure of the Ryoma. Zenpen. Oh. I mean, he always returns stuff. Cool stuff. Okay. Is he like his mom or something? Since his dad was also like he was the first Kaito kid. So maybe his mom was also a stealer. Makes sense with how many times he failed. Oh wow, this guy is a goof. This is the kind of museum I'd definitely love to visit. I literally, like earlier I thought they meant a little gun belt. If you've ever seen Black Lagoon, Robert Tablet 12, you know what I mean? Like a belt with a hidden gun in the front of the belt. So you act like you're taking off your belt and you can press to shoot. Okay. I mean, I like it. I like it. It's random, but Do you really think he's just gonna come put it like this? I've seen so little museum in real life. I think I went to one or two, but like small one, and it was for school trips. One of them was like some kind of old school weaving museum, and as you'd expect, I was a kid and I just didn't care about the museum we went to, so I didn't really pay attention. Well, that was fast. Mhm. Nani? NPCs, huh? Easy, huh? I mean, I guess the setup is a bit different from usual, yeah. Maybe I should watch these two episodes for context. Maybe. But if you guys want to just leave a comment with the context, I mean, that's fine with me too. I mean, has it ever been that easy? I mean, you know it's not just a normal safe. Were old school pistols always made of metal? You never know. Just add everything. I mean, every single countermeasure you could have against him. Add everything. Next day. He always does. I don't know. Oh, an ending by bees. Okay, not an opening but an ending. Awesome. And it's a sad one as always. Of course. As always, I really feel bad because I know you guys really like kid stuff, but I'm sure it's obvious. I don't. I really struggle with kid stuff. I mean, it's like I want to like it, but I feel like I've been kind of like over it for like 300 episodes at this point. Huh? And I won't say like, it's because it's always the same thing, like we know he's coming and we try to stop him from stealing something. And you might say that Conan is dead anyway, right? Like, always someone getting killed and a murder mystery, sure, but I still feel like there's more variety. But with Kid, it's like, I don't know. The setup feels almost the same every time to me. I don't know. I don't really have like it's not like I hate the character or something, but I just kind of struggle to care at this point. Huh? Yeah. I don't really have like a deep explanation, but I really feel like I reached a point where like I'm really not into the Kid case. Huh? I don't know. Yeah, I wish I had like, deeper things to explain of why I feel like that, but no, I don't know. I mean, it's still fine, right? Like, it's basically as watchable as like the less interesting Conan case, Like I said, they tend to be 6 out of 10 for me, if you will. Best way I can put it, but yeah, I do struggle with them a bit. There's been like 1 or 2 that were not too bad, right? I really like the one where, it was actually about saving the dog, for example. But they're like the exception to the rule. Yeah. Kid is more fun in the movies, I feel like. If he shows up in a movie, it's kind of different, yeah. Anyway, that's just me. 6:28 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh wait, sorry, the timer didn't start. My bad. I pressed the episode but not the timer. So for real this time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, again, I don't have any deep explanation, it's just I don't really look forward to Kid Case, I won't lie, if I was watching Conan on my own, I would definitely skip them. But to be honest, if I watched Conan on my own, I would skip like so much more, which would be a mistake because clearly there's some stuff that, is very worth watching, even if it's not like, if only like a little part of the episode is about the Black Organization, the rest of the episode sometimes is still pretty damn interesting. Like the separate case itself is actually pretty great. Huh? So if I watched on my own and I skipped, all that kind of stuff, yeah, I would have missed a lot of good case. That is true. That's kind of the problem, right? Dun, dun. To be honest, I've actually never watched any of those long shows by actually skipping fillers and all that much. When I watched Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Bleach, I always watched the filler and the non-important episode, I never actually did this before. There's shows that I dropped because of filler and like repetition. I mean, Inuyasha is a classic that people love, and I really like the character, the setting, but with that spoiler, let's just say that it endlessly repeats. Not only does it have a ton of filler, but even the main story itself is, I guess the story is about like getting certain item from a villain, right? And you have to collect them. But let's just say that, that process keep repeating over and over again in the 70 or so episodes I watched. And it's like, when I was watching it like well over 10 years ago, yeah, I was kind of annoyed by that and the fillers, which were really like not as good as the main episode. And I still wasn't really willing to like look up a guide to skip anything. So I just ended up stopping watching it. one day if I go back to it, I would definitely skip a lot of stuff, yeah. The grass is so well animated for no reason in this part. It's a good shot. Cohen. No clue. Yeah. Oh, this Phantom Lady. It really sounds like this would be Kid's mom, yeah? It is a cool game. In Yakuza Ishin, where you play Sakamoto Ryoma, one of the fighting style is his pistol in one hand and the katana in the other. You're stuck. Just crawl under. That's what I thought, it's not all metal. I guess. I mean, he always has a way to pass through all your tricks. Oh, I see. The firearm, I guess. It's that, but it's a Beyblade. Isn't that obvious? Isn't that obvious? The man's gonna get electrocuted with this in his ear. Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously. What a surprise, what a surprise. Gun belt. Did they actually call them that in English? Like, I always thought it was just an ulster, but I guess it is a belt as well, yeah. I guess, yeah. It's a cool design though, I like the visuals. That's pretty smooth putting that on them and they don't notice. Okay. The phantom molester, like seriously. I see. There's more. That's a lot more. But it looks all the same. Yeah, it's like it's printed or something. Classic kid, all I can say. Damn, it's way too cool of an outro. A piece song for an outro really feels weird, you know? Yeah, okay. Okay. It was fine. What I can say as always, you know, it's like, you know, just kid being the perfect robber and getting what he wants, and that's it, you know? I really don't know what to say beyond that. Yeah. It was nice. Just another like 6 out of 10 kid case for me. I wish I could tell you more of, like, again, like why I'm not that into kid stuff. And I've got some ideas, but also I still feel like there's like, I have a general feeling of, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't vibe with something as much. That's just what it is, you know? Like, I watch a ton of anime, and sometimes there's some anime that, you know, I don't think it's really bad or anything, but I drop just because, yeah, I don't really vibe with something, and, you know, I haven't watched enough to really get the clear answer of what it is, but, you know, sometimes it's just like that, right? Yeah. I just don't feel like I vibe with kid that much. Man, this song is way too good for an outro. I mean, you're always disguising. Of course not. I mean, he's a very interesting character. Okay. Here we go. Confirmation. The Phantom Thief Lady was definitely his mom. Figured. Okay. Yeah, again. Sorry, again, I feel kind of bad because I know, like, you guys really enjoy kid stuff, but yeah, if I have to be honest, it's been obvious for a while. It's not the first time I talk about it, but yeah, I don't feel it too much. This was fine though, I mean, it's not like I hated it, it just feels like kind of stuff that, could be skipped for me. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's one for today. But again, next time we have to look forward to another movie. Why does it feel like it's been a long time since the last movie? I mean, it's been quite a bit of episode, yeah. It's been a month or two now. I don't even know. I'm so bad with time these days. But yeah, so next time we're doing movie 14, and then maybe more episode, because I might not just do one movie and that's it. Maybe we'll do some episode 2. We'll see. But yeah, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Like, subscribe, comment. Ciao to Doku. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week for more Conan. As ever, see you. ExoticBankai.